What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to probably one of, if not the coolest video I will ever film. Like, hands down, this is probably the coolest thing I've ever done. We're heading now to not only look at a new car, well, not new, but used, but we're gonna purchase probably the cheapest running, driving, clean title GTR in the country. Like, dude, isn't it the nuttiest deal you think you've ever seen?
I don't believe it, bro.
Like,
it feels like a scam.
We literally live on Facebook Marketplace. Like, me and Dylan are always on there, always sending each other cars. And you guys know I have Evos, and I feel like all Evo guys eventually want a GTR. And I'm not going to tell you guys what I paid. Well, maybe I will in a later video, but this, I promise you there's been no GTR that has sold for cheaper than what we're getting this one for today. So we're rolling up. I'm a little nervous. I'm like kind of shaky, but I'm so stoked. Like, this seriously is the coolest day of my life. Like, every financial decision I've made up until this point has led to this. So I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a sick car. It is going to be a project car. You guys know I don't buy cars that are perfect. It's going to take a lot of work.
That's for
and
sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. And we're in my boy's Tesla, which is sick. This thing is so dope. And it's scary fast. Let's go get this GTR. Let's hope it makes it home. Wait till you guys see this thing. I'm gonna give you guys a full rundown, everything it needs, everything I want for it, and I'm just so stoked. Sickest day ever, baby. Let's go. This car is next level, dude. I know, it needs help, but it drives great. Dude, I want to rip it so bad, bro, but...
Don't!
Alright guys, I'm a little overwhelmed. This is really crazy. I don't know how this worked. It doesn't feel real, but I literally own a 2009 Nissan GTR. I'm like, dude, I'm shaking. That was seriously, that was the most euphoric feeling I think I've ever had in my entire existence. Since I've become a car guy, I've wanted a GTR, and I have one. Guys, it's mine. I own this. Dude, I own a GTR. That's so sick. And then I have my little beater Toyota, but GTR, baby. I'm so hyped. And seriously, Dylan, massive shout out. Okay, we got a dinner to go to. How is this real life? Okay, bye, baby. All right, so it has been about 3 weeks since the last clip of the GTR, but it is finally time. GTR is getting dropped off at the shop. The shop has all the parts to do the timing job, and we're finally gonna get this thing fixed. So you guys saw the title of this video. This was, and still is to this day, the cheapest R35 clean title ever sold in the US. So I'm honestly so excited. I cannot believe that I finally have my dream car. She does need a little bit of TLC, but I love saving cars. Like, that's just my favorite thing in the world. I don't like buying things that are just perfect. My life's not perfect. I'm not perfect. My cars aren't perfect, but we try to make them perfect. GTR is gonna get trailered to the shop. I could drive it, it is running and driving, but I don't know if a tensioner broke or if the chain is super loose, but I just don't wanna risk it. Luckily, if you guys are in the GTR world, you know Jack's transmissions. Now, some people hate them, some people love them, but I did end up buying a brand new OEM bell housing. because when I start this thing, you guys will hear there is a really loud rattle at idle, and that I'm assuming is from the bell housing. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go pick up a brand new one. So that is gonna get thrown in while the motor is out of this thing. And then a little Evo update. Evo is running great, Evo is perfect, and the Evo is getting sold. Here's my thing with the Evo. I am notorious of taking on way too many projects at one time. I really want to put all of my money, all of my time, and all of my energy and effort into this one car because I hate spreading myself too thin. I'm notorious for it. I'm sure some of you guys do that too. I'll like just take on like 3 projects and I'm like, oh, I can get this done, and it just ends up never working. That is the plan. So the Evo is getting sold. This is my 5th Evo. I've done Evos for such a long time. Not that I'm over the platform, I just want to move on to a new platform and kind of experience all cars because life is short. I don't know, I figured 5 Evos, I'm like, I know I'll have one again someday. If I ever want an Evo again, I'll go buy another Evo. But yeah, Evo's running great. The girl who's coming to buy it, her name's Miss R35. She also has a pink R35, which is super cool, and she's so excited about this thing. So I'm stoked that it's going to a good home. Hopefully she builds it beautifully, makes it perfect like I was going to do, but I didn't expect to be getting, you know, an R35. Yeah, Evo's gonna go bye-bye. R35's gonna get built. Well, not built, but semi-built. It'll be fast, it'll be fun, it'll be clean. I can't wait to show you guys everything about this car, and I'm gonna head to the store. I need to get a battery because the battery was completely shot. I need to throw some oil in it because oil is just seeping out of that front cover, which should get fixed with all the new seals, hopefully. So this thing is gonna be absolutely mint. I'm so excited. I love this car. It is just gorgeous. It's gonna rip. It's gonna be one of the best dailies that I could ask for. So I hope you guys are stoked. Does have a little bit of hail damage, but we're gonna make her perfect. All right guys, so it is finally time. We're going to get the GTR. My boy Austin dropped the motor, redid all the timing stuff, and put a new bell housing on in like 2 days. 2 or 3 days. So I am so excited. I literally am going to pick up my dream car, my baby. Are you hype?
I'm so hyped.
Let's go. Dude, you were there to get it with me, and now we're going to pick this thing up.
A fucking GTR?
Dude.
Let's go, bro.
Oh, this is gonna be the most epic drive to the gym I think I've ever had.
Yeah.
This is gonna be sick. I'm so stoked.
The GTR.
This is gonna be wild. I'm so excited. My dream car, it's coming home. It still doesn't feel real. I think when I see it and all the issues are fixed, it'll kind of set in that this is reality and I own my dream car. All right. I'm so excited. Let's go get this thing. Do you? Oh, there she is. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit, dude. She is back. Oh, dude, let's go. Oh. You ready for this first start, baby?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's a GTR, boy. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Let's see. Let's hear the beast. No rattle. Timing's good. Let's go. She sounds so good.
It rattled for a second.
That's the transmission, I think. Boys, we are officially in my GTR and it drives so good, so smooth. I am honestly so excited. This thing is absolutely perfect. I know the windshield needs replaced, but we will get that done ASAP. But look, she just shifts through the gears. My boy in his Tesla. Oh, it's so buttery. I love this thing. Oh, it's so perfect. I love you. I love you, GTR. Oh, God. All right, guys, so we did make it back. Honestly, driving this thing, it feels like a boat, but it's so comfortable. It rides great. It shifts really smooth unless you're going super slow, and it feels so clunky and goofy. But I think that's just how these GTRs are. I've always heard they're super like clunky and the gearbox is super weird. Like, just look at her. Look at her, she's gorgeous. Dude, I can't believe I finally have my GTR. Like, it's so crazy to think I've waited, I don't know, my whole entire car life to own this thing. And she's old, she needs help, but it's mine. And I'm super excited. So we're gonna go do our cardio, hit a workout, and then I'll film some POV stuff. I have a GoPro now. I'll be able to film like POV content for you guys, and I'm actually going to pick up an exhaust tonight. It's just all the W's, all the W's. I love this thing. Pretty happy. What a cool moment, bro. Dude, I'm so stoked. What a sick car.
Oh, we got the Tesla fresh tint, baby.
All right, I love you, GTR. You're beautiful. I love you. Finally have the GTR home. Honestly, this is my favorite car I've ever owned. I've seen so many videos. I've literally watched every single build series on YouTube. I've watched every single YouTuber with these cars, and they always say like, oh, GTRs are sick, they're amazing. It's such a good platform. And I've always been like, how is a dual clutch transmission car with some turbos that good? But it is sick. This car has blown my expectations out of the water. It's super fast. It's been nothing but reliable. I literally took it for about 100 miles the past 2 days. I think this thing is absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to document the build for you guys. And this is gonna be the coolest car that I've ever built for the channel. I already have an exhaust sitting over there. So before I end this video, I wanna give you guys an overview of the car because I haven't showed you guys the car yet, and every little detail of this thing, everything that needs fixed, because it was and still is the cheapest clean title R35 ever sold, and your boy was the one who secured it. So we're gonna go all out with this thing. It's gonna be perfect. You're probably tired of seeing my face. Here's the GTR. Boom, baby, here she is. The sun is setting. The GTR looks absolutely gorgeous. Just look at this thing. It is so pretty. And now this is a 2009. This is the very first year these things were made. Now, from a distance, this thing looks beautiful, right? But the closer you get, the worse things get. So I'm gonna tell you guys every little flaw with this car, and we're slowly but surely gonna fix everything. Let's start out. This headlight needs replaced. I need to get new bumper supports because these things are falling off. The wheels are going bye-bye. These are not gonna stay. They're stock. Tires are shot, and they just, I mean, they're okay. They're just not that pretty. So we have beautiful wheels coming for this thing. There is a really big key mark right there. Somebody must have gotten upset that they owned a GTR, or I don't know what happened, but there's a big old scratch right there. You can see the rotors have seen better days, but she is a 2009 with 90,000 miles. She is a little bit loved, used, and abused. How is this my car? How is this real life? How do I own a Nissan GTR? Like, it's mine. Now, this is my favorite view of the Nissan GTR. Just look at this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if you guys didn't know, a little fun fact about the GTR, there is no button on the interior to open this. You literally just, how do you, sir, maybe the keys have to, let me see, hold on. Ooh, you see that, boy? It has to be unlocked. That's actually a crazy feature. Ready? So I guess you have to unlock it for that to even open so people can't steal your gas. That's actually a really cool feature. Now we come over to the passenger side. A little scratch right there, not too big of a deal. And this car is very new to me. Like, I still am learning things about it. I've driven it about 100 miles since I got it back from Austin's. So my boy Austin, who fixed this thing, he had the motor pulled, the timing components, everything swapped out. There was like 100 different seals, 4 different tensioners or guides, so many moving parts in the timing area of this car. He got everything done in 3 days. Like, literally pulled the motor, fixed the timing stuff, threw a new bell housing in, and put the motor back in 3 days. He's an absolute madman. I have no idea how he does what he does, but he did it. It's back. I'm so excited. This was the cheapest GTR in the country, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly why it was the cheapest. I mean, besides the timing stuff and the bell housing, there's a few more flaws, so let's get into it. Now, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on camera. She does have a little bit of hail damage. Well, I say a little bit, she has a lot of hail damage. So yeah, you can see a few of them. Now, it's not terrible. It could be in a lot worse shape. It does have hail damage, so that is another drawback to this car. She is a little bit beat, but my plan is I'm gonna do a carbon hood. I just want to do like the OEM style carbon hoods. I don't really like any of the aftermarket options, so we're going to do a carbon hood. We're going to do a carbon trunk like my old Evo, and then I'm going to try and PDR the roof. So I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos. I have a kit coming from Amazon, and I think I'm going to be able to get all of these out. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort. I'm going to see if I can pull these out, and if not, then we will find a different solution. And now look at this thing. Ugh, this windshield is crusty. So I actually have this getting replaced in the next 2 days. So new windshield, we will have a new hood, a new trunk, and then you can see this thing right here is actually broken. With the new hood, this will get replaced. So I'm not gonna worry about these. These are so expensive. Everything on this car, so everything on the Nissan GTR is so expensive. This car is very pricey. Everything costs a fortune because JDM tax, GTR tax, whatever you want to call it. So that's the exterior of this thing. Honestly, it's not a bad starting point. The hail damage is the worst part. I'll be able to get the front bumper good. I'll probably end up doing a different front lip, some side skirts. It does have these where you just press it and it unlocks. How is this my car? This doesn't feel like real life. This isn't mine. This isn't mine. Well, I have not detailed the interior yet. As you can see, it's a really cool thing. These seats are so comfortable in the GTR, and now they are black. I've seen they have like cream colors in the 09s, and I don't like that interior. The black is just clean. It looks good. The seats are heated, and then they are electronic as well, which is a super nice feature on both the driver's side and the passenger side. She is a dual clutch, automatic, auto tragic. What you know about it? No, I'm just kidding. I honestly love the dual clutch on this thing. Just look at the interior. I have seen so many YouTube videos and dreamed of owning this thing. I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6'4", like 220 pounds, and it's a little tight in here, I'm not gonna lie. Compared to my old Evo 8s, the interior of this thing feels very like spaceshipy, which is cool. Yeah, I don't want to say it's claustrophobic, but it's just a little tighter than I'd hoped. I don't really care. It's a race car. Like, I don't care about the interior being tight. I don't know if you guys can tell. So this is me sitting normal. I mean, look at the ceiling. I have about an inch of headroom. So if you guys are bigger guys, you'll fit. But I bet if you're like 6'6" or above, there's no way you're fitting in this thing. Like, there's no... It's just you'll be too big, because I'm 6'3" and a half, 6'4", and it's a little bit tight fit. Interior's beautiful. The stereo system is so dope. Just look at the interior of this thing. Like, driving this and just seeing this makes me so happy. Boy, it goes to 220. What you know? 220 on the dash, baby. We out here zooming, and then it's got that push button start. Y'all want to hear this thing? You ready? Oh yeah. All right, so as soon as I filmed that clip, I got a check engine light and I freaked out, but it was just an evap code. It said small leak, and I'm 99% sure it's the fuel cap. I'm gonna order a new one of those. Not a big deal at all. Seriously, love this car. Like, it's day 2 of owning it, or I mean, I've owned it for a bit. Second day of like having it in my possession. I went inside, I ate food, and I was just craving going out and driving it again. Like, this car is so addicting to drive. It's so raw. That's the weird thing. It being an auto, it feels really raw. It's super clunky down low. Like, it just feels super mechanical. I think everybody needs a GTR in their life. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but this is probably one of my favorite things. You have so many different screens, so many different things you can monitor as you're driving. Boost, trans oil temp, trans oil pressure. We got coolant temp, engine oil pressure. Just so many different things you can monitor while you're driving. Like, look at that, accelerating, braking, G-force. What in the world? But yeah, now you guys can tell how bad that front windshield is. Like, just look at that thing. It is terrible. It's chopped. But we're getting a brand new one installed. I'm gonna get it tinted so it looks super nice. I'd give the interior, I don't know, maybe a 6 out of 10. Like, the seats are dirty, she needs clean. We're not gonna talk about that. That's my trash, but it's fine. This is all a little bit crusty. Before we get out, check this out. So this has a super old access port, like the V2. This thing is ancient. So those were the codes it was throwing. So if you go down to tune, if you go to show current map, you guys see that? It says CT09 GTR Flex Fuel 91-E85 Revision 2. That means we can slap some E85 on this bad girl. So I'm gonna pop the hood and I'm gonna show you guys why I think that. So the exterior on this thing, obviously, she's not perfect. I love it. Everything in my life is not perfect, and I don't like buying perfect cars, because if it's perfect, then what do? I'm super excited to make this thing beautiful again. It literally, to me, felt like I was like saving a GTR. You know, it was like I found the perfect deal. It was a clean title. Just an abused car that needs some love, but the engine bay is beautiful. Check this thing out. Oh my gosh, boy, look at that. This is a very nice upgraded Nissan Altima. You guys saw the tune and you're wondering, can you put E85 in this thing? My answer to that, I'm not 100% sure. If you see this right here, this is a flex fuel sensor. It is Got Boost brand. I don't know if that's a good brand. I don't know anything about it. That is a flex fuel sensor, so I think this thing was already tuned. So it has injectors, fuel pump, and the E85 sensor. I think we can slap some E85 in this thing, and it should make some seriously good power. The turbos have been replaced at some point in its life, because Austin, when he had it out, I was contemplating replacing them, because 90,000 miles on turbos is a lot, especially if it's been abused, and I didn't want to have to pull the motor out of this thing again. Because if you guys can see, honestly, everything is so tight in here. There's very little room for anything. So if you want to do turbos, turbo inlets, anything like that, you have to drop the motor. I don't think I'm ever going to trust myself to drop the motor on this thing, and I didn't want to have to pay Austin to drop it again to replace them, but he did say the turbos look very, very nice and new. They had 0 shaft plays, so I think they'll be good for a long time. But I mean, the engine bay is just beautiful. Other than this, where this is getting replaced, that is the ugliest thing on GTRs. This coolant tank is so gross. Like, why did they put just this crusty white / yellow? Ugh. This needs to go bye-bye ASAP. She sounds healthy, she runs great. So the motor should be bone stock, other than newer turbos, the fuel pump, the injectors, and then the flex fuel sensor. I don't think anything else is upgraded on this thing. And then Austin did go ahead, he did all new timing components. We did a new serpentine belt, he did a new cabin air filter, he did a fresh oil change on her, and she should be good to go for tons and tons of miles. This carbon is beautiful. I don't know what happened right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There are a few scratches on the front bumper. It's not terrible. We have some work to do. So if you guys have any headlights from newer GTRs, let me know, because I will buy them off of you and replace these, because you can swap them throughout all the years. I would like to do a 2017 plus front bumper and rear bumper, because they are beautiful. I promise you guys, this is my promise to you all. I am going to make very consistent content, and this is going to be the only project car I have for right now, because the past few months I've taken on like 3 projects at a time, and I just couldn't get any of them done. Like, I don't know how YouTubers do it out there where they just build a car a week. It blows my mind, but I have a lot going other than just car stuff. Here's my promise to you, that this build is going to be sick. I'm going to completely transform this car and make her perfect, and this will be the only project car I have until this one is done. And I'm not selling it, because it's always been my dream car. There's no other car really above this that I want. Like, this has been my JDM dream, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel so happy, so blessed. I've worked really hard. Like, my whole adult life has basically led up to this moment right here. Like, if you guys think about that, that's a crazy thought. When something cool happens, I mean, it doesn't even have to be like financial, or like when something cool happens, your whole life has led up to that point. I don't know, I always find that really interesting. Such a cool moment. It's been super surreal that I finally own and get to drive and get to build and make perfect my dream car. I think they were dude, this thing gets so, I swear, when I'm driving down the road, people will give me thumbs up, bro. I was leaving the gym the other day, and this guy started screaming out his window. He's like, "That's a motherfucking GTR," and like just going crazy. It was insane. I don't like, I get why people love these. I didn't think as many people knew about them as they do. So that is the overview of this car. Okay, I literally could talk about this car all day. I'm so excited. I really want to know what you guys think of it. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid, but I promise you, this is the cheapest clean title GTR ever sold. So give me time to make her perfect. This thing is gonna be beautiful. I want to experience the car full bolt-ons for a long time. Okay, not a long time, because I get bored quick. I want to experience the car full bolt-on E85, and then we'll think about doing bigger turbos. So, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, so new bell housing, you guys saw that, and then it does have a built Jax transmission, which is super cool, so I shouldn't have any of the tranny issues that these 09s have. Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to take you guys along. Hold on. Before I end out this video, check this out. Y'all ready for the sneak peek of next video? Oh, one more view if you guys want to see this car. Here she is. I'm so ecstatic. I've never been this excited to own a car in my entire life. Just look at that booty. Look at that rear end. There's just nothing better than that. I swear. I love this thing so much. Look at this, guys. Crazy. So this is an 09 with 90,000 miles. This is the original factory tape that they didn't peel off. How sick is that? Like, GTR logo right there, and then they never peeled off the blue, so I'm not peeling it off. Like, I'm keeping it there. That's so dope. The fact that it's still on there. Okay, so I know this video has been super long, but I hope you guys are super stoked on the GTR. It's literally been my dream car for years, and I finally own it, and we're gonna build it. We're gonna make it sick. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.